we'll begin today's exercising. So stand back. Hopefully you can see me on a nice big screen. If you can't, then you might need to change the sort of speaker's view. So let's just scan your room. I think you might have already done that. Just create a nice open space. I want us to wake up and connect to the balance and the floor. So just really feel the groundness to the floor. Just starting off sort of just bouncing on one leg gently while you're shifting the weight from one foot to another, sort of like bounce, bounce from the knee. I'll show you from the side as just shake your hands, shoulders with it, like this, almost rinsing off any sort of muscle stress on one foot. Also be mindful what's happening to the spine. Spine shouldn't be doing this, so just strong on the legs, so like the foundation of the sort of where it's coming from. Spread your toes on the floor nice and wide, so you got a good sort of surface support. Good. One more. Okay, here's what I want you to do. Can we do this? You might have played like a hopscotch as a child. Look. Land. So it doesn't have to be a big jump, but look, a hop over a paddle. So register with this knee raise. So give me your 10 best jumps. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're not sure what to do with your arms, just lift them up anyway, like this. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, good. Again, shake your. Good way to get the hips and feet connecting the sort of floor, as well as slowly raising the heart rate. Now, we're going to calm things down. Just be mindful of your breath. So nice. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth as normal. And just turn your neck side to side. And just you can do this with your eyes open or closed, doesn't matter. Just one more. Okay, we're going to do up and down. Just sort of open up the thoracic spine, so the upper part of the spine, the top part. Up, down. And if you just find this sort of mid-neutral spine, like head is nice and tall, but like instead of going up and down, you're going to go forwards and then back. So gliding the vertebrae on top of each other. Give me 5 of those, please. Yeah, just there. One more. Good. Okay, now I'm not sure if you got the surface like maybe a barrier, straight vertical object like a wall or something, but see if you can stand right as close as you can. If you don't have it, that's not a problem. I want you to think about doing this like a 360-degree circular turns with your arm. Just get a nice deep stretch coming from your chest and shoulder. Yeah. So like if you don't have a sort of vertical object next to you, just do it, but just don't turn in too much into the hip. We're going to do at least 5 on each direction. Change the sort of motion, so go the opposite way. And just sort of touching it with the fingers maybe, but not resting your elbow. That makes sense. Okay. Once you've done this side, at least 5 on each motion. That's the opposite side, so let's change your sides. 1. You will notice the better your shoulder flexibility is, the closer you'll be able to stand onto next to the wall, basically. So yeah, it's a good way to gauge. Yeah. Change the motion if you haven't done so after 5, 4, 3. Keep your elbows straight. Encourage the shoulder to stretch. 1 more. Okay. Let's just think about sort of with one arm, you're going to glide down on the outside of the knee. This is sort of like a rocking exercise. It's a good way to open up the part of the abdominals and the hip muscles. But with this, one is gliding down with one arm, and we're going to reach over like so. One, come back up slowly. And do this one slowly, because these little muscles don't really like to be stretched with a sort of forceful or fast way. Just slowly think about just gliding down with one arm and reaching over with the other. If your balance is good, what you could even do, just watch my feet, what I'm going to do. So I'm going to transfer the weight there. Just make sure your balance stays on sort of front leg. I would say both legs are involved, but more so shifts onto the front and then come back. So look, as I step over to the front, and then, but that's just an optional to take create a deeper stretch. Otherwise, feet together, and then these are fine too. Yeah. One more. Especially in the heat, it's much better to warm up slowly rather than sort of jump straight into it. So let's look at the lower back, open up the hamstrings and the spine, especially the lower part of your spine. Start keeping your feet together, close together, and just roll from your head, shoulders, the middle of your spine, and then finally letting go in a really slow, controlled way. Hand behind, top of your legs. Try to keep the legs straight. Inhale at the bottom and exhale as you come up. Slowly again into it. Roll the shoulders one more time. Maybe you can, this time you can lift your arms up and dive with a bit more of a flowing motion towards the floor. All the way down and then come back up. Now this time, as you go down one more time, you're going to take a step back. Watch me if you're not sure. Look, as you go down, touch your fingers on the floor. You're going to take a deep step back behind you. So if you need something soft underneath you, make sure you got this. So here, hold it in this position. Look up perhaps. Yeah. Step back, walk yourself back. And that's how I want you to come back. We'll do this together if you haven't done it yet. So go down, slightly walk forward. So you're gonna step in with the leg and step out. So you're opening like a hip stretch position. If your knee wants to touch the floor, the back knee, it can, of course. Just make sure you got something soft underneath. We're using the shoulders straight away. Push back up, walk onto your hands into like a downward dog position almost, and then roll yourself back up. You may need a bit of space with this, but make sure we repeat this on the other leg. Opposite, go down, there, and then step through, touch the knee. Hold it for at least 5 seconds, look up. And then use your shoulders, lift your hip, knee off the floor, step back, walk back on the downward dog, and then roll the spine back up. Yeah, there we go. Nice. So yeah, when this was a good example of an exercise where whole body has to work as one. We can't just isolate our shoulders or hips. Using whole shoulder, feet, hip, knees, they're all together. So let's look at an exercise where you're going to open up the hamstring, so touching the floor and reaching flexibility should feel up much easier afterwards. So you need a bit of space. Look how I'm sort of stepping back, and as I come forwards, I kick. Step back, come out, kick. You can either stick with one leg at a time or alternate. Let's go. Show a target, please. And then kick it right there. There you go. Love it. Nice. You can deliberately challenge yourself as you open up the last few. Nice. We'll do 2 more. Finish up your final repetitions in your own time. And yeah, well done. Nice. Take a deep breath in. If you want to have a quick sip of water, might be a good time. Yeah. Before we involve our resistance exercises using the body weight exercises, let's look to sort of stretch and release some of the flexor hands. Hands go through incredible amount of sort of movements and sort of react like a sort of responses throughout the day. We don't even realize it, but they always tend to work. And just pull them back with the same stretch. It's important to keep the shoulder raised and then pull. You should feel a deeper stretch that way rather than being here. Yeah. Nice. Shake it out. Only 5 seconds on each position. Switch the hands, pull back. Keep the elbows straight. 3, 2, 1, and then pull. Same arm, same wrist. Just pull it back gently. Not too much. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Just rub the hands. Just get them to. Before we go and hold this favorite. So this is where it's a good time to go and grab your small resistance. Let's make the most of this small weights that we have. So quick reminder of the 2 exercises that are going to come up nice and fast. Squat with the shoulder press, followed by moving jabs. And our moving jabs are this, like a jab, stepping jab. So we, not just this, we're also jogging on the spot. And followed, but let's go through the, just be mindful that when we press the shoulders, we don't end up doing this. So don't lean back don't tilt back. It's important that spine goes up as a vertical and then explode from your shoulders. My stopwatch, if we are ready, I think it could be ready. 1 second, 3, 2, 1, 60 seconds. Here we go. Go back as slowly as you like and explode way up. Perhaps maybe you could fix your eyes on something ahead of you and then work from there. Slow down, power up. When you're taking a squat-like position, make sure your heels are not coming off the floor. Staying down. Check the time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Right, get ready. Jabbing steps. So can you quickly just give me this 1 and jabbing, so hopping from one leg to another, like this. Sideways, 1, 2, 1, 2. There you go, 1. So let's add 1. Like a Thai boxing sort of straight punches. See if you can get the rhythm. Rhythm. If you lose it, that's fine. So, keep going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And shake things up. Well done. Yeah. This was probably the first exercises that might have challenged your both muscle fibers as well as your cardiovascular system. So allow time to recover. If you even take a pulse from your sort of neck or from the wrist, you probably feel it would have gone up, yeah? You notice. Right, so. Okie dokes. While you're having a quick sort of reset for next exercise, I'll demonstrate the exercise. So we're going to stay arms wide, like in this position, and here's what we're going to do. Look, here, take a step back. It's optional whether you want to go down or not. So I'm meaning go down in this position, like a lunge, or just simple step back. The important is that we lean forwards, power up from that leg. Step, so look. Keep your arms out here. Right? So throughout this, we're bringing strong control from the shoulders while working on the lower body. Let's go. We've started. See, yeah. I'll ask you to change your legs halfway through. Just for now, stay with me. Grip your cans as hard as you can. Almost you want to get the juice out of it. Squeeze it. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And change your legs. Arms are still out. Don't bring your arms out. Change your legs out. Let's go. Opposite leg drives up. Knee. 2, 3, 4. Good work. Love it. Love it. Come on. Here we go. Just checking the time. 10 seconds remaining. Good control is important. 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly bring your arms down. Now your arms may be very heavy because you've been holding out the weight. You've been controlling that weight up there. Now let's get a nice little recovery. Maybe even a little cheeky stretch for the neck and shoulder. Look. Bring it down. Switch to sides. Nice. Walk around. If you wanted to do a little bit longer or do another stretch, you can always perform a few more, especially around the shoulders. So good stretch for the deltoid. Just as a reminder, as this, it's a good way to stretch, but don't hold it for too long. So where you just pull the arm across and then go right across like so. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Right, we're going for one more exercise for this time. We're going to involve our posture, especially the rhomboids and our lats. Can you give me some resistance again and watch the demonstration? We're going to lean over the body on top of the hips. So it's called the hinging motion from the hips. Arms right in front of your knees, so your dumbbells or your resistance in front of the knees. Neutral spine, and look. Pull like an arrow. You pull an arrow. Look. Slow down. Just trying to work through this space. If this is too easy and you don't feel any sort of activation in your back, try this. Step back with one leg. And then you have to deal with the whole lot of instability coming from just from one leg. Keep going. There we go. Switch your legs. Just stay on both legs is fine too. As you pull, it's really important that we pause up here and slowly down, almost touching your knuckles together. Pull, register the move. Keep going for another 10, 15 seconds. I'd say at least 10. I think that's what time says. Yeah. Come on. Nice, well done if you have tried this on one leg. One more, good finish. Okay. Slowly come up into the vertical position and few deep breaths. Give those a little break. We good? Fabulous. Diane, thumbs are good? Hands are good. Beautiful. Now, Maripaul, what I'd like you to do, I don't know if you have a solid wall behind you.
Yeah.
We're going to practice our warrior squat. So you're going to pretend that you're sitting on a chair, and we're going to hold it out as long as we can. It might be hot, but we'll do our best. So we should all be leaving a little sweat patch, like imaginary. So take your positions slowly, and if you sort of like, I'll give you 5 seconds and we'll start together. Get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start the time and go down a little bit so you can actually engage. Put the stress on the thighs. This is one of those exercises that you have to become comfortable with being still. So more you move, more you shake, the harder it becomes. So bring that calm control of your body, more like a Zen-like control. More of your vertebra touching the floor, the wall, the easier the exercise should feel. Good news. 1 minute, 15 seconds. It's looking good. Can we do it for 15 more seconds? That would be 2. Can we? I think we can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Are we keep going or shall we stop? By the way, if you got to 2 minutes and if you feel like you can go again, that's a really good sign. But I think I've had enough of the chair squats. 2 minutes, 15 seconds, Diane. You're a soldier. Good. And just get the thigh muscles would be under tension. Maybe even try to do some heel kicks. Taking the heels around. Very good. Super. We'll try something different actually. So think of a slightly raised, could be an edge of a sofa or a bench like I have here. We're going to practice some press-ups today. And with this, we're not going to do too many. We probably will do 2 attempts, have a break, and practice at least maybe three attempts today. So let me explain this sort of the idea, what we are practicing, and then we can dive straight in. Okay, so make sure that the base of the hand is fully connecting the surface area. So whether you're doing this, and I would say probably placing your hands this way rather than this way, please, and then that way we can use more of your chest, stronger muscle groups. So if you go there, then step back, What we're going to do is not go straight wide, but turn your elbows in, down slowly, and then we're going on an angle. So let me face this way so you can support the elbows, sort of stay in control. There. See if we can push back up. It's a tough movement, of course, not easy, but look, my idea is that you get down to the depth that you feel comfortable to come back up. So I'm just giving you, I went all the way down, sort of there, and then went back. But you will know when you feel like, maybe test it here. Can you push back up? That's a good sign. With the next one, can you go a little bit lower and push back up from there? Okay, we're allocating about 60 seconds for this. You can have as many breaks as you like. Let's begin the practice. Go. Test it, like go down and push back up. If that was easy, go even lower next time, push back up. Hips should remain still. They're not moving before the shoulders go down. They move with the shoulders. After you've done 3 or 4, don't build it up. Shake your hands up. Maybe about 10, 15 seconds. They're rolling the shoulders, maybe even opening up the chest like so. And let's give this another try. Slowly down, down, push. Final 20 seconds, which will maybe squeeze in one more. Get ready. Yeah. Last attempt, last push, and have a break. That was 60 seconds, about a minute. Yes. We'll stretch the chest, the shoulders, well, in a moment. Okay. We're about to go down on the floor, so please set up the all the sort of equipment that you may need, like the mat or something soft underneath your knees. You can bring the cameras down if you can. Otherwise, let's just rock and roll. I'll just wait for you in this leaning position. If your mat is extra sweaty and sticky today, don't worry. That's you being sort of sweaty, and mine is for sure. So if the mat comes up with me, don't panic. Okay, look here. So with this movement, we're looking sort of stability of the hip. Minimize any sort of shaking that your hip might want to go through. And then extend it out. See if we can do 5 on each side, alternating the legs and shoulders same time. If you had a glass of water on your back, you should keep it still. Keep it on your back. Once you've done your repetitions, roughly about 10, step back into a child pose and relax your elbows on the floor. Relax. Rest your back. my suggestion would be to, before we get even tired, let's get the planks out of the way, so we don't suffer later. So if you slowly get ready into an elbow plank position, and let's get that practice out of the way, and then we'll have a bit more fun stretches at the end. So. Get ready in 5 seconds. We should begin. Just make sure double check your controls are there, your toes pushing down and elbows in a nice firm controlled position. Get ready in 3, 2, 1. We'll start the time. Let's go all up together and then hold that somewhat of a horizontal position on the floor. Start to connect your breathing early on. Deliberately breathing and not holding your breath. One minute, 20 seconds. Keep going. 140. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That will be 2 minutes. You can carry on and just have a simple break. If you wanted to just relax your back, roll onto the spine. So take some sort of relaxing rolls. Use this movement to relax your lower back and catch your breath. Reset the time. You can tap the knees close to the chest, one at a time. Pull them close to the abdomen. And just repeat this 3 or 4 times on each side. Pull. And as you pull, you should feel you want to push your lower back even more to the floor. So push your belly button into the floor. Okay, great. Next exercise will come up. We are going to stay on the floor. We are going to point both legs into the air, straight, vertical, and then bringing one leg down, out in front of me, coming back up slowly. Slowly, just move the leg away from me and pull it back up. You don't need to go really fast like this, just slow. Tap it with a heel on the floor, and back up. It is based on the time, so that's the only word of sort of advice is as you're moving your leg away and you're noticing you lifting your abdominals up, that's probably a sign that you should either don't go as far or just have a simple break and reset it again. You've got another 20 seconds to practice this. About a minute. Final 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you would like a drink, yeah, feel free to sit up and have a little aqua. I like the idea of this extra sweat. I am sweating more than usual. So let's go into stick with the abdominals, and I'll face this way. It doesn't matter, you don't have to face the opposite way, but just a quick reminder of next exercise, what's coming up. So think of the opposite of a sit-up, which is coming up from there, arriving in this position, right? But what we are going to practice, we've done this together, is the reverse. So start from there and just slowly start to let go your lower back first. Touch if you can, and then allow the body to follow through slowly. Push your heels into the floor, and then come back up here. We've got it? Okay. Rather than doing this time, how about you give me your best 5? Starting now. Let's go. 5 attempts, 5 repetitions, slowly. And try to keep the consistency. It should be all roughly about the same. Right up. Keep breathing. There's one more. Nice. Good. Yes. Finishing the floor exercises with this. We're going to bring back this exercise. We probably haven't done this for a little while, but if I remind you, we should come back pretty fast. So side planks. You have 2 options. You can either keep the knees bent or straight. Straight is harder. Knees back or feet back, a little bit easier. The only thing you have to just bear in mind, your hips, our hips and shoulders, knees are sort of straight line, okay? Just whether we do it this way or on the knees. So look, elbow underneath the body and hold. Make sure we got this neutral back. Nice, beautiful. If you can even lift this top leg up, even harder. Yes, this is not an exercise you would hold as long as elbow planks. Even 5 to 10 seconds is a really good time. Any sort of time around that is good. Touch down and reset it again if you need. Go down, rest the shoulder and then push back. Up and hold. One more push on that side, and we'll change into the other leg on the other side. Keep the shoulders open. One more, hold it there as long as you can with this one. This is the final. This is it. Can we go on one leg? The star. Very good. Good job, Diane. Very cool, nice work. Really good. All right, just take a sit on the floor. You know, time. Well done. Just slowly hang your body on top of the legs. Just rock it side to side. Trying to get the stretch from these lats. Well done. If you can hold this little deeper stretch actually for the hip, and if you create this pigeon-like position, so no matter which leg you're on, just pull the knee up in this position, so like so, L shapes. If you're looking down from the top, you should create more of like an L shape or angle here. Just take the other leg as back as you can, and then sit right on top of the body, like so. Yeah. There we go. Idea is that we create the yoke, push that other leg back, and get a quite deep stretch in the lower back as well as in the hip. Hold it for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll switch the sides. Swing the other leg through. Or switch around the opposite way. You may notice one side is more restricting you to go forward. See if we can hold it there, drop the weight onto the elbows, and just relax down that position. The final sort of way to finish up today's exercise, I think is very suited to today's sweaty session, is this from a child pose into this sort of triple extension of the body. Relaxed position, so think about you're very completely switched off, but then you're going to deliberately switch on the whole body by extending out into that, yeah? So practice 2 or 3, and then on the final one, I want you to add a nice big jump and come up into a standing position. Just make sure you go up first, and then create that. Use the momentum of the body to, yes, beautiful, well done. Nice, shake the hands out. Next.